how to unconsciously stop blocking money from coming into your life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and when you understand this, you can start to automatically attract more money into your life. Let's dive right into it. So today's video on the Ask Jake Show, the question was, do money problems originate in the subconscious mind? And the answer is unequivocally yes. So psychologists tell us that we have 65,000 thoughts in a day. 95% of them are subconscious. And they tell us that your average person, 70% of your average person's habitual thoughts and behaviors are negative and redundant. So our mind is pattern programmed. And unless we can change that, then we'll create money problems even if we consciously don't want them. You might consciously be working hard. You might have consciously said, hey, I want to change this in my financial life. But unless you've identified the root core of your behavior and perception around money, and you start to shift that, then you can't change your money problems. So I want to give you 3 simple ways that you can start to reprogram your subconscious around money to attract more of it into your life. Number 1, what's your money story firstly? What's your money story? Ask yourself this question. What do I believe about money? Is money good? Is money bad? What is the purpose of money? Do you think that the purpose of money and the way you look at it is, money is this unuseful thing, but hey, we're in the physical world, so I'll figure it out. I don't know if that's going to be the most healthy belief system. Do you believe, hey, I believe money is a great vehicle for me to be able to provide more service to the world and be rewarded for it. That reward can help me put my children through school, can help me fund my church and my favorite nonprofits and da-da-da-da-da. Those are 2 different money stories. And so the question is, what were you told about money growing up? What do your parents think about money? Because what your parents think about money, or your guardians or whoever raised you, what they think about money has probably most likely infiltrated your subconscious mind, because when you're younger, the subconscious mind just receives all the outside stimuli that comes from it. And so the question is, what's your story around money? Ask yourself this question right now while you're listening. Take a second, close your eyes, and think truly, what do you believe about money? When I used to close my eyes and do that, I was honest with myself, the root belief system I had around money subconsciously, even though consciously I said I want more of it, my subconscious belief system was that money is greedy, money is bad, and it's not important at all, and you can be happy without it. Well, that could be somebody's truth, but that truth isn't going to attract more money. So ask yourself, what's your story? Number 2, do you believe you're worth more money? Do you believe you're worth money at all? You might be recreating a money problem where you don't have enough of it, quite simply because you don't believe you're worthy. You have a belief system that your skills shouldn't be rewarded, that you're not smart enough, you're not charismatic enough, you're not skilled enough, you're not talented enough. You're just not a good enough person, you're not good enough, you're not worth it. So you recreate the same money problems to affirm your story that you're not worth it. You see, the subconscious mind is irrespective of persons. Irrespective, meaning it doesn't look and say, well, Susie's actually a good person, I'll help her out, even though Susie believes she's not good enough. Silly Susie, she's smarter than she thinks she is. It doesn't do that. It doesn't think on its own. It just simply replays what you've been told or what you habitually used to think. So if you were told you aren't good enough, you aren't smart enough, when you asked your parents for money and they said, who do you think I am, Rockefeller? Money doesn't grow on trees. People are greedy. The world is ruined because of money. If you heard those types of ideas, or you quite simply just heard, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have the right education, you weren't born on the right side of the tracks, you're in the wrong country, you're not deserving. You're not special. If you believe anything like that, what happens is your self-worth is low. And so if you don't believe yourself worthy of something, you can't have it in your life. Now you see that in love, right? One person is just like so loving and they're so generous, and the other person in a relationship is almost afraid of it. They don't believe they're worthy of love. But the way it manifests as is ways to sabotage relationships. So somebody says, why do my relationships always end? And when, you might look at it and you might find out that they always somehow sabotage a relationship. Some big argument, some negligence, some way they sabotage it. But the way they're sabotaging it is actually a protective mechanism for their belief. Their belief is, I'm not worthy of love. So the subconscious mind does everything in its power to create whatever it is you believe. And so it's protecting that belief system. If you don't believe you're worthy of money, your subconscious job is at all costs to protect this belief system, so it goes out of the way for you to make bad investments, for you to spend all your money, for you to never earn more money, for you to decide you're going to start charging more. But then when you finally get into the sales conversation, you freak out and you lower your price and you say, well, this is normally $1,000, but I'll do it for free. And then afterwards you're like, why did I say that again? It's because of the subconscious. And so what I want you to start affirming with me is, I am worthy of prosperity. I am worthy of love. And literally what you're going to do is pull out a piece of paper or Microsoft Word document and write at the top why I'm worthy of prosperity and why I'm worthy of financial success. And write down what it is. Write down all the ways, because you can help your kids, because you deserve it. And start writing them all down so you can shift your consciousness and perception and your point of attraction around money. Number 3, last but not least, what are your physical money habits? We all have physical money habits. If you saw your parents spending all your money, maybe your parents were in debt a lot or all the time, or maybe they were always overextending on credit, and you saw this, your habitual money habit most likely is to spend all the money you have all the time. So you might have money problems, but you might make a lot of money, which is an ironic thing. There are so many people in the world that make a lot of money, but they never have any of the money. As soon as they get it, it's all gone. They might make $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year, $10 million a year, $100 million, but they actually have money problems. And so the physical habits of money that you have are directly determining your financial future. And so the question is, what are the habits of somebody who actually accumulates money and has financial security and freedom? And that's a question that's worth asking. And that answer is something that you have to dedicate yourself to studying. I'll give you some quick things. People that have financial freedom and financial security, or are moving on the path to that, are certainly not spending more money than they're making. And they're certainly not spending just all the money they're making. They're not in a position anymore where they've decided they're going to keep living paycheck to paycheck. Now, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily making more money right away. It just means they're starting to put it away. Sir John Templeton, famous investor that was totally poor, living in a studio apartment with his wife, he started saving 50% of his income when he wasn't making any money. And he started putting it away to then invest. There are so many successful people in the world that became a success because they started putting money away. So your habit might be to spend it all. We need to change a few physical money habits. So start to put more money away. For one, would be a great place to start. Number 2 would be investing. So the great thing for you might be to start studying a little bit about investing. Start studying ways that you can allow your money to grow. And then the next thing to consider might be, what are you charging? Is there a raise you can ask for? Or is there a conversation with your boss that you can have about how you can become more valuable so that you can earn more money? If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, is there a way that we can either provide more service to our customers and our clientele, Or is there a way for us to actually start to increase our prices? Is looking at the physical habits that you have around money. So take inventory of this. What are some of the physical habits that I have around money? Ask yourself that question and look at them and decide what's one habit, physical habit around money that you can actually start to shift and change. Do it right now. Comment that down below. Comment down one of your physical money habits that you're going to start changing in your life today, this moment. Decide it right now. And when we make those steps, we shift our point of attraction. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and download my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. Money problems originate in the subconscious mind. I've used this hypnosis for about 5-6 years to train my subconscious mind to see the world as a beautiful, successful, prosperous place. I've grown my income to levels I never could have imagined. More specifically, I'm no longer afraid around money. I'm no longer afraid around giving my gifts to the world. Download that down below, jakeshypnosis.com. Hit the subscribe button in the corner right over there. Hit the bell notification, because that's what actually notifies you when new videos are actually coming out. I'll see you on the next video. Comment down one physical money habit you're going to drop and replace. Love you. Have a great day.